Welcome to Horizontal and Vertical Preparation. Today we will be focusing the attention on the definitive impressions and on the communication with the dental laboratory. Trying to make a comparison between what we face with the horizontal margin design and what we face with the vertical margin design. So keep in mind that displacement can be of two different types: apical displacement, 000 chord, or horizontal displacement, 0 chord or 1 chord. 0 chord for average or thin tissue biotypes, 1 chord for thicker tissue biotype. The selection of these types of chord is influenced in my practice when I take the impression by the margin design. So if I have an horizontal preparation or a vertical preparation, so with two different margin areas, I will have different criteria. To margin position, if I have an extremely subgingival margin or if I have an equigingival margin, my approach, as we will see, will be different. And also it's influenced by the quality of the tissue, the probing, if there is bleeding, if the biotype is thin or thick. There are areas in which we can see all the details and areas like here in which we cannot capture the margin. So we move on with the second step. That is the insertion of the thicker chord, number 1 or number 0. It's wet with some liquid, like astringent liquid, like aluminum chloride hexahydrate, 25%, as we discussed earlier. We start inserting again from the interproximal area, and then we move on with the insertion here. But this is what we capture on the central incisor. We clearly see where is the margin area. The bottom of the sulcus is exactly where my provisional is arriving, maybe tenths of a millimeter shorter, but this doesn't make a difference. So we can draw our margin, but we can also capture all the information of the emergence profile of the provisional restoration and transfer this information to the dental technician. Of course, the sulcus must be wider at the top, 2 chords on the bottom. Actually focusing more the attention on the maxillary arch, we have the first chord, 000 chord, in the bottom of the sulcus. Number 1 chord exactly at the level of the gingival margin to widen the sulcus. We do the exact same thing on the mandible. Remember, the thin chord will create vertical displacement of the tissue, apical displacement of the tissue. The second chord, the thicker one, will create an horizontal displacement of the tissue, so space for the light of the scanner to go in. We do, as I said, the same thing on the mandible, thin chord first, thicker chord after, and then we can take the impression. Look at now, the impression, the intraoral scanning system, the digital impression today has an extreme ability to go inside the sulcus if the sulcus